Okay, this is Lynn Courage from My Marvellous Mind, and this video is the fourth and final instalment of a little mini-series that I've been called to share off the back of preparing for my new group programme. Please do message me about that. That's my little shameless plug. I will be sharing more in due course. But if we are feeling stuck, tangled, it's one of my favourite words at the moment, immobilised by life, it is often because we are not giving enough importance to the things that we want that would make us happy if we only gave ourselves the opportunity to have them, be them, experience them, achieve them. They might be your goals and dreams. They might be overcoming a present struggle. They might be a specific achievement that you've always wanted, but you're just leaving to one side. So please do go back and watch the other 3 videos. I don't want to dwell. I was talking about the positive ripple effect of the importance of your dreams, of achieving the things that are important to you. I talked about zooming out and seeing not just, yay, I've achieved my goal, but okay, what does life get to look like when you do that? And if your goal is to just stop experiencing an unpleasant situation that you're in now, it's still the same thing. It's still apply the same principle of what does life get to look like when I achieve that thing that I want? You know, if I want to be happy, number one, you need to be happy first in order to get there. The goal is actually what life gets to look like on the other side of it. And then, so we zoomed out and we zoomed in. The importance of you first, understanding what makes you tick, understanding your experiences. And I just want to share 2 models that I think will help you to do that. So if I just go back to this first, this isn't a model, this is my illustration of a drop. You are the drop into the still water that then creates these ripple effects that go out and spread throughout every facet of your life. And what I'm going to illustrate now is what is going on inside here. So we talked about zooming in. The empowerment model is zooming in. And then the connection pyramid is zooming in even further. So let me just do a couple of these to start with. So what I tend to say is the way that we normally work is from the outside in. Okay, so on the outside, maybe you've got kids that get your attention before anything else. Maybe work. Oh, maybe I'll do this the right way around and that'll be helpful. And the mundane, right? The housework, just the getting through the day. So you've got those things on the outside. And then if you get through those, then maybe, just maybe, you pay some attention to your relationship. Maybe you then pay attention to your social life, fun and friendships, I sometimes call it, and then health and well-being. Maybe, just maybe. The reality is we don't tend to get that far. If you're feeling stuck and tangled by life, you may have elements in place, but you will probably also inevitably have what I call the void fillers, which tend to be things like TV and social media, and maybe food and wine or whatever your tipple is. These are like the short-term pleasures, because we're knackered. We've been dealing with the children, we've been going to work, we've been doing all the mundane stuff, and now I just want a little bit of pleasure. And so we opt for that. But it means that we don't tend to get to the middle bit, or at least maybe not consistently. So our relationships, friendships, and our health and well-being tend to fall by the wayside. And then on right in the middle, you've got you. And you never get to you. And if you heard my last video, you will know that by you, what I mean is we're not talking about all the frills. I'm not talking about spas and massages and nails. I am talking about you, the awareness of your well-being, time spent with yourself, acknowledging your dreams, your ambitions. That is you. This is what is in the middle. So this circle is this dot. This is zooming in. But now I want to zoom in even further, and I want to take you into this, because when you start from the inside and you learn how to acknowledge your dreams, to recognize the patterns of your day, then you get to work from the inside out. And trust me, it is not that you can never have food and wine, TV, social media, or whatever your short-term pleasure currently is ever again. It's not what this is about. It's about recognizing that then it becomes a choice rather than a foregone conclusion that that's all you're going to get done in your day. It's a conscious choice. Do I want to do that or not? Does this take me towards something that I want? Is it becoming an unhelpful pattern or habit? Or am I choosing to do it for a specific reason and purpose? I love all of those things. Within reason, in the right context. When you work from the inside out, they get to be a choice. And that sense of being dragged through the day, feeling like your habits are controlling you or you are at the mercy of them, this is why that is. So the model that I mentioned before, and this is what is at the heart, really, is what I call the connection pyramid. And by that I mean self-connection. And it's quite simply training yourself into awareness about your physical well-being, your emotional well-being, and your environmental well-being. And let me say, there are other pillars or layers of well-being, but these are the most significant ones that dominate our day. How we are feeling physically, how we are feeling emotionally, and the environmental impact of the people, things and places around us. So those might be the influences of what you choose to watch and listen to. How much time you spend on social media. This is an environmental influence. You know, in a world where we are more connected than ever, we are more disconnected from ourselves than ever. And this model helps to teach you how to change that, because it asks you to get really clear for a start about what it is that is dominating your environmental experience, the nature of your relationships, you know, whether your family have a positive or an unhelpful influence on you. And we're talking about in the context of, yes, your overall well-being, but also in pursuit of the things that you want to achieve. Are you supported by the present setup of your environment? Are you supported by your present emotional well-being? If you're stressed, anxious every day, probably not. We don't have the emotional bandwidth to give attention to our goals and dreams. Let's get rid of that notification. If we are not paying attention to them. And we always start with the physical, because it's everything. I've just recorded another video where I shared that I'd found a lump, and immediately my mind signaled to me all of the other areas of my physical well-being that were out of whack. And happily, it's not that there is anything sinister going on, but these give us signals that we get to choose to work with rather than ignore, rather than just brushing it all under the carpet, working from the outside in and wondering when life is ever going to get any better. This is the illustration of zooming in, and it's my philosophy for everything that I teach. You know, there are various ways that we can do this, all of the different things in life that we can or can't take control of, but it has to start with you. So let me just finish up by saying I wanted to illustrate the importance of you and your dreams by describing to you the visual, if you like, of the ripple effect. It's never just about one thing. It's never just about you. Everybody gets to benefit. I talked about the importance of zooming out and getting really clear on all of the different elements and facets of life that get to improve when you pay attention to you and your dreams. And then I talked about the importance of zooming in and both the simplicity and yet the complexity of doing that, because the reality is most people struggle to find 5 minutes to pay attention to what's going on for them. And until we overcome that, nothing changes. Nothing. And then finally, I've illustrated to you those two models. The empowerment model, the importance, the art of working from the inside out rather than the outside in. Everybody benefits when you work from the inside out. And this is what the inside out looks like. I hope you found this useful. If you would like to explore what that could look like for you, if you're like, I get it, but I just don't know where to start, that's what I'm here for. So message me or subscribe. I always forget to say that. Subscribe to YouTube. I have a free Facebook group. It's only just started. I've only got about 30 people in there as we speak, but it's going to grow. And you can come and ask for my support. I go live every week. I share different aspects of how you can take control, untangle the tangle of life so that you can start to find peace and joy on whatever terms you have for yourself. And finally, in the new year, the doors to my new membership open, but there is an opportunity to join in now before Christmas with 2024 as I record this. Again, message me. Everything I do is designed to be accessible as well as transformational. So I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to seeing you in my groups, and I will catch you soon.